What about writing for the Olympics? You were writing for an outdoor, enormous space. Was that?
How did you get that gig? First off, like, what was the evolution
Danny,
of that?
right?
Because that's quite a chair to be sitting in.
Well, I mean, I don't know why they thought of me. But I mean, at that point with the Olympics, I'd done a lot of things, and it covers a lot of ground. The Olympics, anyway. There's drama, there's comedy, there's the size of it, obviously.
But you'd also lived in two worlds. You'd lived in the film music world, and you'd also had great success in the pop artist world. So you were uniquely qualified to have a foot in both.
Yeah, it was quite a good position, I suppose, to be able to, A, because I knew a lot of the people, and B, I knew what it takes to work with people like that and how to make it, ultimately, how you can deliver this stuff. It was 18 months of solid work. And Martin Green, who was one of the producers, I just got a phone call from him one day to come down and meet him at the site. And I went down to the site and he was talking to me about it. And I just said, obviously, yes. The chances of the Olympics coming to your town. I mean, London, that was the third time that London had it. So it's not going to come back to London for decades, more than decades, maybe even 100 years. Who knows? There's plenty of other places ahead. So the chances of you being in the crosshairs of that situation are quite rare. So I obviously wanted to do it. I like spectacle. I like challenge. I like the size of it. I like the fact that it was something so completely different. I didn't have a clue what to do or how to do it. The learning curve was quite extraordinary. And in fact, when I finished, the Olympic Committee asked me if I'd do Sochi or Brazil. But I didn't want to be the person who did the Olympics. I thought that was fine for where I am, and that's all good. But you realise that the learning curve is so massive, and the things are so unusual and so different that it takes a long time to get your head around it and get it organised. Just the technical side of it, never mind the creative side of it. And so the people who do the sound kind of travel from one enormous event to another. I think they went from the Olympics to the like the World Cup or the Euro football. I don't really.
It's a tight family. Those crews.
They know how to do these enormous things. When you see like the Pro Tools session, ultimately for the end for music was like over 190 channels and all different mixes and dubs for different parts of the world. And in the Arabian countries, the commentary tends to happen from start to finish non-stop. So you have to mix everything hard left and hard right so that you've got a chance of hearing stuff. There's just all little things like that.
You're almost like an Olympic athlete there.
God, I wish.
The prep and everything. There's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, mentally, I'm an Olympic athlete. If you close your eyes,
right.
If you close your eyes, I'm the greatest. No. But anyway, weirdly, after that meeting, I got a phone call saying it wasn't happening. They didn't want me to do it. And I said, oh, okay. And then 2 weeks later, they said, actually, we do. So I don't know what happened. But I came on and it was 18 months of work and it was exhausting. And the last 2 weeks were properly balmy. Like I was traveling down with the hard drive with, the final mixes of everything for the ceremonies on the Sunday, I think it was, by train. They don't give you any preferential treatment. So I had the dub in a bag on my shoulder. And I was walking down and thinking, like, tonight, there's going to be like 1.5 billion people listening to this. And if I get mugged,
oh God,
there's going to be an awful lot of silence.
Oh,
but you're like the Brinks truck walking around, man.
I didn't get mugged and everything was all right.
That's
it was fabulous.
So yeah, it was quite weird, but there was a couple of weeks where we were in every studio in London, and it was like Monday morning, Madness, Annie Lennox, afternoon, Take That and The Who, Tuesday, Queen, Tiny Temper, like everyone, George Michael, Kate Bush. It's just extraordinary.